Hey everybody, okay, so right now is tag time, and we are doing the 15 question tag that All That Glitters 21 started. Okay, let's hurry, because these are in-depth, in detail questions, sort of. Okay, number 1, what do you think you can do but can't? Okay, I like to think I can sing, so sometimes in the car I'm like driving down the road and I am like jamming out to these songs, and then like I'll turn it down and keep singing, and I'm like, wow, that really doesn't sound good. So that's one thing. And like sometimes I think I'm creative, like that I can do all these creative things, but I can't. I'm gonna sit on my hand, so I stop touching my hair. Okay, number 3, what is your favorite TV show? No, number 2, what is a difficult word for you to pronounce? Okay, philosophical, because I always thought the word was philosophical, but it's not. And like I wanted to know the word, but no one knew what I was talking about. I was like, there's philosophy, but when you're philosophical, and they're like, no, Jessica, philosophical is not a word. And I was like, I know it's not a word, but shush! But there is a word to it, and it is not philosophical. But I finally figured it out. It just dawned on me one day, and I was like, philosophical! So, yep. Number 3, favorite TV show from your childhood? Hey Arnold, Doug. And speaking of Doug, when I was little, I went to Disney World with my dad and my stepmom, and they had, like, you know, those live shows or whatever, and they had, remember, what was the superhero Doug made up? Underwear Man? Jessica! Do you remember that show, Doug? The cartoon? Do you remember? Brandon, do you remember? Well, anyways, so he had that superhero, and it was like Underwear Man or something. I don't know. Well, they took people from the audience, and you had to like raise your hand or whatever to be his assistant, like sidekick. So I got to go. I put on this outfit, and I was Underwear Kid or something like that. And I had to go on stage, and I had to yell something, but I don't really remember what it was. But it was cool because I was like on stage. I got a live Disney show. That was really cool. I have pictures from it. If I find them, I'll show you. Okay. Other TV shows. Hey Arnold, Doug. Zoom, Cyber Chase, which is a math show. That was so cool. It came on the Government Access Channel. I think that's all. What are your virtues and vices? Okay, I think my biggest virtue is, like, definitely that I'm a non-judgmental person, and I try to stay in a good mood all the time, and I don't like to whine. I'm not a big whiner. Like, if things, I don't know, I don't like to complain, but because I can't stand people who complain, and I think another one of my biggest virtues is if there's something I don't like about people, like my pet peeves about those people, I won't do them. Like, I'm not a hypocritical person, or I try not to be. Like, there's moments when it happens, but, you know, everybody is hypocritical sometimes, but that's one of my biggest things is I try not to be hypocritical, and I'm non-judgmental. My vices are that I'm overly ambitious. Like, I will get, like, this idea in my head about something I want to do, and I will just, like, dream about it and just, like, go, like, totally out of proportion. I don't know, just, like, crazy lengths to, like, do whatever it is. So that's probably my biggest downfall, is just that I'm overly ambitious, and I don't see the reality of my realms of possibility. Does that make sense? Okay. And I touch my hair too much. Yeah. Okay, what's more important? Love, fame, power, or money? I love all of those things. Power, not so much. Love is definitely number 1. But fame is also important too. Not like celebrity famous, like not necessarily like that, but like within my community and within my town, like, because we have such a small, like, Burke County, and where we live is such a small place that, like, everybody sort of knows everybody. And when my name is brought up for whatever reason, you know, I don't want negative thoughts to be, like, brought up. I don't mind to be talked about, but I don't want to be known as, like, a bad person. I don't know, that's just how I am. And money's also very important. I like to shop, and I like to buy things and go do things, and so money's also very important, but love's definitely number one. My phone keeps going off. If you could live in any era or time period, when would it be and why? Definitely the Victorian ages, like when they had corsets and like those fancy balls, and that chivalry, that's a hard word to say too, chivalry, was like at its prime. Another hard word for me to say is immunizations. Anyways, but definitely the Victorian time, like when they had corsets, and I just said that, but you know, all that cool stuff. And the really big hair. Ah! Okay. If you had to redo your entire wardrobe with 2 stores, what would they be and why? Body Central and Forever 21, I think. But I also really like American Eagle and Charlotte Russe. I like Charlotte Russe's shoes a lot. And I really like American Eagle, but I love like Body Central, Wet Seal, all those stores, Forever 21. So that's hard just to pick 2. But I could probably, if I could have shoes from Charlotte Russe, I could live off of clothes from Forever 21 and Body Central. Can you recall what you were doing a year ago on this day? So what's today? April 6th? 7th? Is today April 7th? Baby! It is? What were we doing a year ago today? He's not very helpful. I was living in Dudley Shoals. That's all I really remember, is that I was living in Dudley Shoals with my boyfriend's friends from work, Lee and David. That's all I really remember. Do you have a reoccurring dream? If so, explain. Sometimes, okay, this happens a lot, that in my dream, I get in fights with people. And I've never gotten a fight a day in my life, but in my dreams, I always have dreams I'm whooping people's asses. And I don't know why. And, but in my dream, like, when I go to punch somebody, it's like my arms go numb. And it's obviously because I'm dreaming, but, like, I don't know. And I get so mad because I cannot whoop these people. And I know that I can, but in my dream, it's just like and I can't punch hard. And sometimes I'll have dreams where my legs, like I'm running and my legs don't work. It's like they're numb and like I can't run right. I don't know. I have that dream a lot where I can't run or something. I don't know. I'm weird. What is your horoscope? I am a Libra. And let's see what my horoscope says today. A person you know who misrepresents himself or lies to get ahead may have the advantage over you when it comes to a common goal, but that person's advantage will only be temporary. You are honest to a fault, Libra, and that's the only way you can successfully operate. You may be tempted to fudge the truth now to get something you really want or need, but in the long run, that kind of choice would leave you full of guilt and regret. Hold your head high, remain your honest self, and you will prevail in the end. I have no idea what that means. It could be over the iPhone. The something I really want right now is the new Thunderbolt phone, but I don't know how I would be lying to get one. I just really want one. Okay, what does your dream bedroom look like? A big bed. Like, huge California king bed with lots and lots of pillows. And since it'd be for me and my boyfriend, it would be like just a neutral color scheme, but like a closet with an additional room just for like makeup and hair. But attached to the room with a huge bathtub with jets and a huge TV on the wall with big windows. Yeah, that would be a nice room. A nice room. What position do you sleep in? I sleep in the fetal position, like this. I sleep with my legs up like this. And I have a pillow always in between my legs. And I hold something. And then I lay always scrunched up. And then through the night, I'll stay like that, like with my legs up real high to me, but they'll be straight. I don't know. I end up all over the bed. Who is your favorite vampire of all time? I've only ever really, the only vampires, well, that's a lie. In movies, in TV and movies, the only vampires I've ever really watched are like the Twilight ones. And I really like Jasper because I like his southern voice. And, that's about it. I'm not a big Edward fan. I'm a Jacob fan, but he is a werewolf. But my favorite book vampire is Zoe Redbird from the House of Night series. I have all of them. And I have a lot of vampire books. I just haven't read them yet. But that's definitely my favorite is Zoe Redbird. What are you currently wearing on your feet? These flippy floppies from American Eagle. And my toes have For Aubrey on them by China Glaze. See? It's a pretty color. I have ugly feet though. And you have neat handwriting. Show us. Where's my binder? Let's see. I think I have neat handwriting. See? Here's the front of my binder. That's pretty much what my handwriting looks like. Here's the front of my binder. That's my friend Chase and my best friend Jessica and my cat Tater and my boyfriend. Yep, and here's my other handwriting. It's a new song I like by Wiz Khalifa. I roll up. So that was the last of the questions. I think me and my boyfriend are going to go get a caramel frap. When we come back, I'm going to film another video while my camera charges. So this was fun. And you see my makeup today? I use this. This little baby from Too Faced. I've been loving some Too Faced lately. But this is such a pretty palette. I only use 3 colors. I use these 3 with some Painterly Paint Pot. I like it. I'll probably do a review on this too, because I really like that palette. Ugh. So that's all. And I will make a video in a little bit, but I'm going to go get a caramel frap. So, I'll talk to you guys later.